if we could get in.
All right, what do y'all got?
Coach, coming in to a short week, the schedule tightening up for you guys. How much of an adjustment is it for you going into this week?
Well, we've had we've had a Thursday night game every year we've been here, so we've got a very consistent plan and a good plan. Our guys feel comfortable with it. It's just about making sure we get the game plan in and get those guys recovered as quickly as possible.
How do you switch your schedule up, going back to Saturday to now, or to Thursday's game?
We gave them some time off on Sunday, and we get everything done on Monday and Tuesday, and then we leave on Wednesday. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot of time.
It's a matter of less, I guess, then basically. You get less time, so you just
get
try to cram it.
A lot less time, and so the guys have to be really focused in to be able to take the game plan. You're not gonna get to be able to rep it and rep it and rep it. You know, they got to know it. They've got to be able to execute it.
I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but you've known for 4 weeks that Nathan is going to be your starter. Does the quarterback evaluation process change any now that Chaz is available?
No, the evaluation process doesn't change.
Do you anticipate him getting?
What's that?
Do you anticipate him getting much playing time, Surratt?
Oh, I don't know. He could. I mean, he could. He could, and he couldn't.
Depending on.
He could, and he couldn't.
Depending on what?
Depending on what I think.
So Nathan is your starter going into Thursday.
Yes, he is.
How do you handle the reps?
Same way we've been handling them all fall. I mean, when we knew he wasn't going to play, he's still been getting reps. He's been getting reps with the ones and the twos, and then he's been working with the scout team, and now he's back with us working with the ones and the twos.
When you were doing the reps before, I think you said originally you have to kind of tail him back for the guys that are not the starter.
That's right.
Does he get more in that regard that he's now he could potentially
play?
He's
definitely getting more reps than he was during those first 4 weeks.
Does he start as like the number 3 guy and has to work his way back up because of the situation, or he could be the backup because he has experience? Without being game plan, I'm just saying, like, does he have to work his way back?
I'll say yes to both your questions.
Okay. Of the guys you have coming back, anybody other than Surratt, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing them all because we need every single one of them. I mean, especially, there's a lot of guys that give us some depth at some positions where we've been really thin and it's been really shaky at this point. But now we've got some guys that can get back into the fray, start competing. Bo Corrales and Jordan Tucker and guys like that we really need to get back involved. Tyrone Hopper. I mean, so those are all guys that will get back into the game plan.
Just one sack allowed so far by the offensive line. In the last 2 games, a lot of explosive runs. What's been the difference from the first game to the last one, especially Saturday against Pitt?
Well, they just, it takes time up there in the offensive line, and I think those guys are starting to come together. They're starting to gel a little bit, and it will be a tremendous test this week because this team lives on tackles for losses and sacks, and they've done a tremendous job of that. And so our guys will have to play extremely well to prevent that.
One of the guys you do get back that you can play now is Brian Anderson. I know he had the waiver at ECU. Was there any temptation to use him in that game, and how valuable is it having someone like him back now in case JJ can't go the whole way?
Yeah, he was really in an emergency situation for us in that game, and now, I mean, he's a factor. Now he can, we can plan on him helping us when we need him.
How good does it feel for your team to be going into a road ACC game on a short week, coming off of a victory as far as the team around?
It feels a lot better than the opposite. I can assure you that. It's it's all. I mean, anywhere you go in the ACC on the road, it's hard, and then you throw in a short week on top of it. It makes it extremely hard. So we'll have to do a great job with our plan this week. Our players will have to do a great job. Throughout the week and making sure they take care of their bodies and recovering and hydrating and all the things that they're going to need for Thursday night.
Do you see a little extra focus in your team coming off that win, knowing that, it'd be great to get 2 in a row, especially starting 2-0 in the conference?
I think our guys were really focused last week. So if you're asking me, are they more focused now than they were last week? I couldn't say that because I thought our guys did a great job of preparing last week.
Back to the offensive line, what in particular do you think they've done really well to improve from the first 2 games to a really solid performance?
Well, they've been doing their job. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we weren't asking them to do anything that they couldn't do. I mean, they've been doing their job, and so the communication probably is the thing that is most improved, and that alone gives them a chance to do their job. So those guys have done a great job of communicating, whether it be third down and the exotic blitzes that they're seeing, or just even in the run game.
You guys have Carney back this week for one game, right?
That's correct. Yes.
How much of a boost will it be to get him back after he got off to a good start?
I mean, he's one of the major leaders of our team, so it's good to have him back out on the field and traveling with us.
The Miami quarterbacks, have you? I mean, obviously, you've seen both guys now on film.
Right.
What's your takeaway from what you saw in there?
I mean, we've played against one of them, so right. we have a feel for him. We haven't played against the other. Just saw him, on tape here recently. He's an extremely athletic kid who can really run, beat you with his legs, throws the ball really well. And so, he adds a whole nother dimension to their offense.
You talked about last year's game against Miami. It was kind of almost like a turning point, and obviously not a great season, but y'all fought hard, and Nathan Elliott kind of emerged, and Mo Krause had a great game. Y'all talked about that game at all?
I mean, there are, I don't really spend a lot of time talking about last year and everything that happened with us. We've done that in the past, and we've learned from the mistakes that we made, and really, because this team and Miami's team, there's nothing about us that's the same. So they know the history, they know what's happened, and they know how we're going to have to play. They know Miami's going to be prepared, and they know we're going to have to play a great game to get it done.
Daz Newsome had a lot of yards after catch the other day. He said last year that he kind of struggled with that his vision, what he saw out there and anticipated was sort of an issue. Has he improved in that area, and is that what we actually saw the other day, that coming through?
Yeah, you're seeing, last year he was a true freshman, and he was out there playing college football, and it didn't come as fast to him, When you put the ball in his hands, he still made plays. And you do that now he has a much better feel for how to run routes, how to get open. He's not just running it the way you draw it on the board. Now he's actually a receiver, and he understands it. Coming out of high school, he played both positions. He played both ways. We actually recruited him to come here and play corner, is what we were going to do. And then when we got him here, we needed to put him on offense, and that's what we did with him. And he's really grown into the position.
With Chaz now back, what's the likelihood that you could use two quarterbacks rotating the rest
I
of
could
the
use two or three, actually.
Anything else? All right,
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Coach.